Okay, here we have about a 3.5 pound baby back ribs. First thing we have to do is, after getting out of the package and rinsing it off, patting it dry, next thing we have to do is get rid of this membrane on the back. And that's the big part. You got to find out where you can get your finger under the membrane sometimes. It's not always easy. But I usually find if I go in and among the ribs, I usually get a finger under and then work the membrane off. But this membrane is inedible and you want to get it off the back of your ribs. And once you get it started, it usually peels off pretty good. There's that part, and we got the back part here. See, this is always the hard part. And that's the last of the membrane. There's not much there, but that can sure ruin your meal. Okay, the next step is to apply our rub. And everybody has their favorite rub. If you don't have yours, you can make it. Mine is kind of got a little bit of brown sugar, a little bit of salt, a little bit of chili powder, a little bit of pepper. Just kind of put it liberally on both sides. Do the back side first because it always loses it. Kind of rub it in, and we'll turn it over and we'll rub it into the meat on the other side. Kind of be liberal with it, just put it on all over and then rub it in. Some of the salt in here will start bringing some of the fluids out, give that nice, and a little bit of sugar will give some nice browning. So, the chili powder and the other spices I put in here will add a little bit to the flavor. When you get it all covered up, just kind of massage it in, get it rubbed in. Okay. Okay, I've laid out a piece of saran wrap here on the counter. If I lay it out first, it saves a lot of fumbling later. Then we just take and lift our ribs up. And then we'll pull this over this way. This way. And then we have the long piece to come back over and cover this way. So now our ribs are all wrapped up and ready to go in the fridge. Okay, then we take and put our ribs in the refrigerator for several hours, but overnight is even better. Okay, ribs have been marinating with their rub. And we'll take them over here to the sink. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is our frying pan is heating up here. You can do this in the pressure cooker, but it's a deep pan and it's small, so it's easier to do in a larger frying pan, even though it's a larger, more dishes to do. Okay, we got our ribs. Put them on our cutting board here. And we're going to unwrap them. And what we're going to do is we're going to cut these into serving size pieces, about 3 bones a piece. Turn this over here. We'll have to do this in batches. Put them there. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Pan is nice and hot. So we're going ahead and nice little sizzle. Now we're not cooking the ribs here, we're just going to brown them up so that they will have that nice coating when they go into the pressure cooker. Okay, we're getting some nice browning here. We're going to head and turn these over. And just a couple minutes and these will be ready to go. Okay, all browned up. Turn our pan off. Going to move the ribs over here to the plate. The plate is just our work surface for our pan over there. Okay, I have barbecue sauce here. When we put our rub on, and when we put the barbecue sauce on, we're setting the flavor of our ribs. So whatever is your favorite rub, your favorite barbecue sauce, this is how you set the flavor of your ribs. Whether you like different styles, you know, Texas or Kansas City or whatever, this is how you do it. So make your rub, select your barbecue sauce, and this glaze here will actually be cooking the ribs, and after we get the ribs out of the pressure cooker, we're going to give them another little glaze and go from there. Oh. Spacer that keeps the meat off the bottom of the pot. I have 2 cups of water with a tablespoon of liquid smoke. You can use any cooking liquid you want. You could use wine or beer, as long as you have 2 cups of liquid to make the steam. Okay, and as we get each of these ribs all nice and lathered up with barbecue sauce, we'll slide them into our pressure cooker. Okay. And when you have more than enough ribs to fill the space in the pot, you can stack them. Just leave a little bit of room in between for steam to come through. And notice that we are not higher than our maximum fill line. Okay, then you check your lid. Make sure you can see through your steam vent. The gasket's all in one place. The safety lock works. Okay. Then we're going to start this off on medium-high heat. When we start getting steam on, then we'll put our pressure controller on top of that. Okay, we have steam coming out of our vent. Good bit of steam. We let it steam for just a little bit. That pushes most of the air out, so mostly steam is inside the pressure cooker. When the steam is fully developed, then we'll cap it off with our pressure reducer. And as soon as the reducer starts to rock gently, we'll adjust the heat to maintain that rocking. See, it's starting to steam over here on the safety lock, and pretty soon it will pop up. Like there, and it's now locked in place. Okay, our pressure controller is starting to rock. We're going to drop the temperature down to just maintain the gentle rocking. And now is when we set our timer. And for the 3.5 pounds of ribs, we're going to go 15 minutes. Okay, and we will let this cook for the next 15 minutes. Okay, our cooking time is up. We'll turn off our heating element. Electric and ceramic top stoves stay hot for a long time. So we're going to move the pressure cooker over to a cool spot on the stove, and we're going to let this one cool naturally, which will take about 20 minutes. Okay, safety interlock is dropped. It's now safe to open the pressure cooker. We're going to move it over here a little bit. Take our lid off. There's our ribs inside. Now we're going to take and put these ribs over here on the cookie sheet. Spread them out a little bit so they're separate. Looking good here. I'm going to take and brush each of the ribs again with a little bit of barbecue sauce. And now I'm going to put these under the broiler for just a moment to glaze up the barbecue sauce. Nice and bubbling hot. Take this out, put them on a heat-proof surface. Okay. Next step is to remove the ribs from the cooking tray to a serving tray. They are hot. And we're going to cover that with some aluminum foil to keep them hot until it's time to eat.